Good afternoon. My name is Ryan Hudson. I proudly serve as the principal here at Jordan Vocational High School College and Career Academy. And on behalf of the students, staff, and alumni, I would like to welcome everyone to our school. To the Governor and First Lady, thank you again for being here with us today and your support of public education in the state of Georgia. For more than 100 years now, Jordan has been the leader of CTAE education and workforce development in the Columbus area. We are proud of our rich history and work each day to provide our students with a plethora of opportunities in an ever-evolving post-secondary world. From automotive to cybersecurity to culinary, and everything in between, Jordan is proud to be at the forefront of workforce development in our area. Our staff sees the immense benefits and limitless potential of workforce development, while our students are the direct beneficiaries. The legislation brought forth by our state representatives, the subsequent support provided by the Georgia Department of Education, and your willingness, Mr. Governor, to champion public education and highlight workforce development is very much needed and most certainly appreciated, not only here at Jordan, but throughout our state. Before I yield the podium to Dr. Lewis, the superintendent of Muskogee County Schools, I would like to publicly thank him, as well as our local 9-member school board, who work tirelessly with our district and school level personnel to ensure our students in our district are prepared to enroll, enlist, or be employed upon graduation. And I can honestly say it's not just a slogan. Dr. Lewis has set forth a clear vision for our district to be the tip of the spear for workforce development in our area and the state, and we appreciate his leadership as well. I would be remiss and possibly injured if I did not thank my Jordan team and their effort and sacrifice that they put in, not only for today's event, but each and every day here at Jordan. Thank you all again for being here this afternoon and your support. Dr. Lewis.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Principal Hudson, for those kind remarks, and to you and your staff for hosting this event. And on behalf of our 9-member Board of Education, Mayor Henderson, City Council, Legislative Delegation, Presidents Todd and Ray Field, colleagues, distinguished guests, and community partners, I too would like to welcome Governor and First Lady Kemp to Muskogee County and Jordan Vocational High School, College and Career Academy. Jordan has the unique distinction of being the very first vocational technical high school in America. It's upon this enduring legacy that Jordan is now forging ahead with a new phase of progressive education as a college and career academy, and among the first funded under Governor Kemp's leadership. Despite its historic exterior and setting, Jordan's newly renovated interior spaces are a balance of its proud history and bright future. Likewise, its wall-to-wall academy approach, students learn craftsmanship through the traditional skilled trades such as masonry, carpentry, and plumbing, while others utilize the latest modern equipment and technology such as state-of-the-art simulators, fabrication equipment, and computers. Jordan stands just one example of our district's commitment to workforce development, as evidenced by its designations as an Economic Development Partnership District, a CyberStart District of Distinction, and candidate for the Why Georgia Works Alignment Grant, to name just a few. More important than the awards and recognition, of course, is the collaboration with our business community and internal and post-secondary education partners to develop and align career pathways in high-demand fields that address employer needs and prepare our students for their future in a global economy. In addition, education serves as a critical role in the moral and ethical imperative of reducing poverty and promoting upward mobility for a thriving community and state. For example, Columbus and the Chattahoochee Valley regional education entities are actively engaged in cultivating a workforce equipped to thrive in high-demand, high-wage fields that will boost community prosperity. Governor Kemp and the General Assembly not only understand, but act to create the conditions leading to Georgia being recognized as the best state for business for 10 consecutive years. Today's signing of workforce development legislation is further evidence of their commitment. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce the 83rd Governor of the state of Georgia. A native of Athens, Georgia, Brian Kemp started his first small business over 35 years ago with a pickup truck and a shovel. His experience as a small business owner has driven his mission to put hardworking Georgians first since taking office in 2019. Throughout his first term, the Peach State consistently broke economic records, with jobs and investments coming to every region of the state. Thanks to his decision to reopen Georgia's economy during the COVID-19 pandemic, the first state in the nation to do so, its unemployment rate remains at historic lows. There are more Georgians working than ever before, and the state has been named the #1 place for business for an unprecedented 10 consecutive years, as I mentioned previously. In 2022, Governor Kemp was reelected to serve as his second term, running on a record of economic success in the Peach State and a plan to help Georgia families fight through 40-year high inflation while strengthening public safety and improving education. He has championed legislation to crack down on violent crimes and street gangs, end human trafficking and support its victims, enact historic tax cuts for families, give teachers historic pay raises, and ensure Georgia's K-12 education system puts students and parents first. Governor Kemp, First Lady Marty Kemp, and their 3 daughters live on their family farms in Athens. Please welcome to the podium our Governor, Brian Kemp.
Well, thank y'all so much. Great to be here. Marty and I are just honored to be with you today. Dr. Lewis, Principal Hudson, thank you so much for having us at Jordan. This is great. I feel really good being in a safety zone amongst good friends and just a lot of good folks that are helping educate Georgia, and just want to say how excited we are to be at the vocational high school, and thank you guys for hosting us today. It's an honor to do some bill signings on the first College and Career Academy grant recipient of my administration. We're also proud to be still investing in this program. Earlier today at the TCSG board meeting, we announced that this year's CCA grant funded in the amended budget is going to Gilmer County, which will be the 16th CCA grant since I've taken office. So we're excited about what that program continues to do. I want to just thank a lot of partners that we have that help us in these regards. Obviously, our superintendent, school superintendent Richard Woods, the members of the local delegation, and a lot of legislators that are here that aren't members of the local delegation. We appreciate your support of education, and thank you guys for being with us today. The leaders from the Department of Education, the Technical College System of Georgia, the Governor's Office of Student Achievement, the University System of Georgia, and the Georgia Student Finance Commission. Just great partnerships and great work that we've been doing, all working together as part of our great team. But we cannot do that alone. At the state level, we want to thank great leaders. I see the mayor in the back, a lot of folks from the city that are here, Muskogee County, other local leaders, and leaders working to keep our economy strong, and that certainly includes our Commissioner of the Technical College System, Greg Dozer, obviously President Rayfield, and President Todd. We just appreciate you guys so much for what you're doing out there where the rubber meets the road every day. With the help of everyone here, businesses of all sizes are experiencing tremendous growth in our state. We've been recognized, as David said, as the #1 state for business for 10 straight years, an unprecedented streak. And we've also broken economic development records for 3 straight years. And just here in Columbus, over the last 5 years, we've announced 16 economic development projects that just the state had involvement in. It's not the normal organic growth that the community is involved in every week. But that brought in over 1,400 new private sector jobs, over $400 million of investment. And when you look at this entire region, we've seen 65 projects, 4,500 new jobs, and over $840 million of investment. And that is a small sample of all the growth our communities are experiencing, creating jobs and opportunities across our state, no matter your zip code. And while we couldn't be happier to be opening doors all across the state, we know that those jobs come with the responsibility to prepare Georgians the skills and knowledge they need to work through them. That's why we rolled out the Georgia Match, the largest direct college admissions program in the country. Last October, every high school senior received a letter letting them know we were holding a spot for them at the university or technical college that they could attend based on their transcripts. And from here on out, we're letting every high schooler know that there's education options here in this great state. We have seen great results from that. We're not going to be content with this, but very excited with a 19% increase in the Georgia Futures users, a 10% year-over-year increase at USG in their applications, and a 26% year-over-year increase in our technical college system. So really good numbers starting out, and we're just going to stay after it. I cannot thank our leaders at the University System of Georgia, TCSG, and Georgia Student Finance Commission, all the agencies that have worked on this, and everyone, including our counselors and educators in K through 12, who have helped make this historic program possible. We'll continue to build on that success in the months and years ahead. I did want to just take the opportunity to thank President Stewart Rayfield. During her time at the USG System Office, she was one of the architects of this program even before it had a name. So thank you very much for your leadership. Our qualified and capable workforce is one of our greatest strengths in attracting companies to Georgia, but also to continue expanding. But ensuring it remains an asset in the years to come is also one of our greatest challenges. The bills I'll sign today will help us meet that challenge as we connect Georgians with new opportunities. First, I'll sign House Bill 970, sponsored by Representative Robert Dickey and carried by Senator Billy Hickman. This bill strengthens the REAP scholarship and adds victims of human trafficking as qualified students, helping ensure students finish high school and are set up for future opportunities. Representative Dickey has been a champion for REACH since its beginning. I'm grateful for his partnership with the First Lady on this legislation, who has done more than anyone in the country to raise the awareness of ending human trafficking, going after the perpetrators, and supporting the victims. Next, I'll sign House Bill 982, sponsored by one of my floor leaders, Matthew Gamble, who's in the back. He was in the back of the classroom back in the day, too. So this is carried by Senator Bo Hatchett. I also want to thank Stuart Countess, who's not quite as far in the back with Matt Gamble, but he is the current chair of the State Workforce Development Board from KIA, for joining us today and helping make this legislation possible. Thanks, Stuart. They continue to be a great partner for our state and this community, and we saw yesterday, again, when KIA donated $100,000 to the TCSG Foundation. So thank you for all your generous support. This bill was one of my administration's priorities, taking the common sense step of creating a state-recognized high-demand career list to eliminate confusion among stakeholders, educators, and agencies alike. Next, I'll sign Senate Bill 440, sponsored by Senator Matt Brass and carried by Representative Matt Dubnik in the House. This bill simplifies the accelerated career pathway and allows students pursuing that path to receive more than the customary 30 credit hours of dual enrollment funding, providing young Georgians more resources to enter rewarding careers that will help their communities. I also want to thank Senator Matt Brass and Representative Dubnik for their work on the Joint Study Committee on Dual Enrollment to identify areas where we could improve and make all these bills possible. Next, I'll sign Senate Bill 497, sponsored by Senator Billy Hickman and carried in the House by another floor leader, Representative Sue Hahn. This legislation increases the number of allowed apprenticeships and directs TCSG to create a pilot public service apprenticeship program. We believe programs like this are essential to placing students into fields where they can have an immediate impact and find immediate success. Next, I'll sign Senate Bill 384, sponsored by Senator Billy Hickman again, and carried by Representative Lehman Franklin in the House. This bill creates Georgia as a model employer program to encourage the recruitment, hiring, and retention of qualified Georgians with disabilities. Every single person deserves the chance to enjoy fulfillment and a successful career, and this bill will help us achieve that goal. Next, I'll sign Senate Bill 354, sponsored by Senator Larry Walker and carried by Representative Jenny Earhart in the House. This legislation removes makeup application, blow-dry styling, and washing of hair from the cosmetic services that require licensure. There are many capable Georgians who can perform these tasks outside of a traditional setting, and this will help them do so by cutting red tape and encouraging entrepreneurship. Next, I'll sign Senate Bill 373, again sponsored by Senator Larry Walker and carried by Representative Alan Powell in the House. This legislation allows individuals who are already licensed in another state to practice marriage and family therapy to receive an expedited licensure process by endorsement here in Georgia. As our state continues to grow, measures like this will help us stay ahead of the curve and cut red tape. Finally, I'll sign Senate Bill 195, the Freedom to Work Act, sponsored by Senator Larry Walker again and carried in the House by Representative Bethany Ballard. This bill takes multiple steps to cut red tape for essential fields, such as making Georgia a member state in the Social Work Licensure Compact, creating pathways to obtain a professional land surveyor license based on education, removing the residency requirements for licensure by endorsement, and allowing flexibility on experience needed for soil classification. As you can tell, Senator Walker has been a champion of initiatives like these, and I'm grateful for his and his colleagues' leadership on an issue that is of the utmost importance to my administration. Every Georgian should be able to succeed through their own hard work and dedication, and that's why we prioritize attracting record-breaking economic development to communities across our state. When I ran for governor, it was on a promise to bring opportunities to all Georgians, no matter their zip code. 6 years later, with the partnerships of those you see here today and many others throughout the state, we are continuing to succeed in that mission. But make no mistake, we are not done yet. We'll continue preparing Georgians for new opportunities, and we'll continue to keep our state the best place to live, work, and raise a family. And now we'll get to signing some bills. Thank y'all for being with us today.
Thank you. If you are here for House Bill 970, if you could please come up now. This is the REACH Scholarship Bill. If you're here for House Bill 982, which is the governor's high demand career legislation. Next is Senate Bill 440, and this is the Accelerated Career Diploma. Senate Bill 497, and this is the Apprenticeship Bill. Next will be Senate Bill 384, and this is the Georgia Game Act. Next is Senate Bill 354. Next, we're going to do Senate Bill 373, which is therapist licensure bill. Then our final bill is Senate Bill 195, which is the social worker compact.
If I may have everyone's attention for one final presentation we'd like to make. Governor and First Lady Kemp, we are so thankful that you came and chose to be here with us at Jordan. We have a couple of presentations to make of things that were made here at Jordan. So at this time, presented by our JROTC command, made by the students here at Jordan, First Lady Kemp, we'd like to present you with these flowers made in our metal shop. And Governor Kemp, we understand and we've heard you say before that one of your slogans is keep on chopping. So we have something to help you do that. It is still a safety zone.